New year, new me. What up, S Nation? I'm trying a new thing there. It's your boy, Suvi, and I just want to say Happy New Year. I hope 2026 is going to treat you fantastically. With that out of the way, I want to bombard you with horrible content. Well, the content is pretty good, but the people behind it, not so good. I just discovered something that a lot of people have been addicted to, and I can see why. The show in question today that I'm going to take a look at is that called Kitchen Nightmares, a show where celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay, Michelin star chef Gordon Ramsay, comes over to a horrible American restaurant, and for 1 week he decimates them, then rebuilds them up before they're on the precipice of failure. He actually takes them from raw chicken to chicken licking to finger licking that chicken. Good. Saws. Guess some things don't change, huh? Anyway, the show ran from 2004 to 2014. I think Fox ran it from 2007 to 2014. They had a slight revival in 2023, and I'm telling you what, they better revive the show again because this is fire. I watched one episode and I'm like hooked. I thought Gordon Ramsay was going to be, I know he swears a lot, but I thought he was going to be like not as sweary. But he comes in there and he's just like, I'm going to let every word fly. I like this show. It's got everything you need. It's got like horrible characters, horrible food, Gordon Ramsay screaming at them, weird resolutions that don't always end in resolutions. And I picked an episode today that I thought was the best. It actually is the one that introduced me to the series. I just stumbled across it on YouTube. Turns out this dude has a bawling YouTube page that is unreal in terms of views. Everyone loves the G-Man. And I wanted to take a look at Nino's restaurant. So with that said, I hope that you subscribe, help me reach my goal of way more subscribers than I had last year. And if we reach that goal, I will flash my titties. My New Year's resolution is not to do that anymore. So I'm gonna stop with that. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at the video.
Long Beach, California, an oceanside community located 20 miles south of Los Angeles.
Thanks for the instructions, dude. That's gonna help me 0%. What? Is this how every American show starts? I love how Americans are so concerned with giving directions to people. I'm from New York. I live in 54th and 6th Street. If you just walk up 2nd Street, you'll be on 3rd Street, and then you'll be 4th floor to my house. It's the 5th floor up. It's underground, bunker. Why do they do this, man? I don't know if like people watching this are gonna be like, holy shit, that's 20 miles from North Hollywood. Is that a thing? People just say like random geography. I live in Australia. I don't look at people and I'm like, oh man, you live 2,000 miles from me. I'm in Melbourne. You live in Sydney. You're 2,000 miles from the beach. I don't know. It's a weird thing that the Americans do. Anyway.
This vibrant city is Nino's, a family-run restaurant opened in 1958 by immigrants Inga and Vincenzo.
These two look like they've seen some shit. They clearly have been through multiple wars together. That's cool. I mean, hey man, all power to them. If they went through the wars and said we need to open a spaghetti restaurant, that's a pretty cool set of people right there. And they look like they're dressed for Florida, so that's once they're ready to pack this shit up, they can move over to Florida. That'll be good. Old people like moving to Florida. I'm gonna move to Florida. I want to see some crazy shit when I'm old, like my grandpa friend wrestle an alligator. Had nothing to do with anything. Sorry, let's go. So yeah, that's Nino's. Nice and old, like them. 1958. Italiano. Just classic. The old country. You know what I mean? Meatballs, pasta sauce, mobsters, perhaps. I would have hoped that someone was singing like love songs in Italian, but hey, you take what you can get.
My dad ran a restaurant with an iron fist, and we were the best that you could be. It's hard now because he's 88.
I could tell he's 88, and I'll tell you how. The older men get, the higher they pull their pants up. So it's actually a scale, if you will. When you're younger, you do this thing called low riding. That's where your ass cheeks hang out, and it's cool. It's called sagging that pants. As you get older, you like find a normalcy. When you're like a dad, you're like, cool, I'm gonna just put them where they belong. And then when you get older, you start high riding, which is pretty offensive too. I'm sure like the old people at the like old retirement home will be like, oh, Frank, stop high riding, you show off. Pretty sure it's the exact same thing. They're just trying to be cool to other elders. I haven't figured out the science behind it, but like once it gets up to your nipples, I think you're like the king of the jungle here.
He's on the onset of dementia.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Hey, he's still high riding them pants, though.
Ever since my dad retired, my brother Nino is supposed to be the restaurant manager. All I can say is, he's the worst employee here.
Damn, okay, so there's some sibling rivalry. I forgot to mention something about this show. Maybe it's in more shows. I'll be honest with you, I only watched the one episode, but I'm gonna binge it as soon as I'm done. It seems to me that Gordon Ramsay, Michelin star chef, one of the greatest chefs of all time, Hell's Kitchen, My Kitchen Nightmares. Is that your kitchen or is this Ratatouille's kitchen? Whatever show he's making. This show is not really about cooking. I've found out that this show is about Gordon Ramsay offering his brand of therapy to people who are dysfunctional. That is why I feel like the show is successful. It has nothing to do with the stupid ass cooking. It's about always people in conflict with each other, and Gordon Ramsay is like, you fucking muppet. And that's kind of like how he does his therapy.
He loves to run up the tables and go, "Hi, I'm Nino."
I would love to hear him say that. And you make him sound like he's a Pokemon. I'm Nino. They're like, please leave, Nino.
Thinks he owns this place, and it's because his name Nino's. However, my dad has told him, Jack in the Box, the owner no be named Jack.
Okay, so his name's Nino and the restaurant's called Nino's. He has a bit of a god complex. I can understand this. I can see it. They didn't name the other son Nino. They named him Michael, like Corleone, which is really cool from The Godfather, but he looks more like Fredo. And then the sister is called not Nino. So it's Nino's house. We're just cooking in it.
Nino works here. We pay him, but basically he does very little. If he wouldn't be our son, he wouldn't be working here.
Nino looks like Bull Burr. That is confusing me, man. Nino is just looking out here like a Boston Bull Burr. By the way, what's everyone's take on him? Do people hate him still? I have no opinion on him, so.
This is my parents' legacy, and he's going to run this restaurant into the ground.
You're a lying sack of shit!
How very cool of a restaurant. What like the ambiance. You're like, some people have nice music. They have that jazz music. This one has the classic sounds of siblings yelling, "You stupid piece of shit! I f you, man! Would you like some bagalianos with that? I just made it up. I don't know."
My brother and sister asked Chef Ramsay to come without consulting me.
I gotta say, I have never seen a brother combo that has more not looked like brother, sister, and brother in my life. These three people look like they came from different ends of the earth. Nino doesn't even look like he's from the same continent as these other two. I don't know what happened there. Nino looks like he was born in the restaurant. He's like he's from this restaurant. That's where he was born, from a spaghetti bowl. I was gonna say meatball, but a spaghetti bowl might work. Who knows?
I made a promise to my husband Vincenzo that I would keep this restaurant going.
She said that she made a promise to her husband. Now, I promise in 2026 that I'm gonna consider everyone's feelings more. But I also lied. Here's what I thought. I'm just gonna say it. They said he has dementia, and she's like, I want to make a promise and keep it. He's not gonna remember the promise, you know what I mean?
We put a lot of love.
Oh my god, she's crying. Nino ruined this. He was born and the restaurant suffered. Unless they literally named it after him. Imagine, you're the only sibling this is named after, and you're the one making it shitty for people. It's here because of you, and everyone wants to leave because of you. What a dilemma Nino has. We should, you know what, we should go to therapy with Nino, and he should go to therapy and call it Finding Nino. And it's just, it's him, and he's dressed as a fish, and he's trying to find himself.
I'm at Nino's Italian restaurant.
Ah, Gordon comes out like he's trying to hold back his shit there. Why did he come out so fast? I was not prepared to see him. He just raced through that corner there. Okay, Usain Bolt. Damn, alright, well, he's really willing to get into things. I guess when he starts, he starts.
My husband is Italian.
I see, your husband's Nino.
Nino is actually the son.
So there's you and your son, all running the business.
So he's kind of like getting a look at the people, and then he asked them all to sit down so he can get to know them better. Gordon Ramsay likes to have meetings, I've noticed. In a lot of these episodes, he's like, can we just have a little meeting? Then he goes to another room, and then he has a meeting from that room with another. He's like constantly having sidebars.
So how good is the food? How would you rate it out of 10? Nino, 10. Karina.
I would have to rate it as a 7.
So, Michael. I would give it an 8.
Okay, so they all think the food is really good. So the food's not the problem. Nino's authentic Italian spaghetti ass food is 100% dope. The problem lies elsewhere somehow. Usually, if you're going to a thing called like, what is this called? Kitchen nightmares? I wouldn't expect the food to be friggin' fantastic here. But Nino seems to think there's no flaws. And I feel like he's lying. I feel like he's lying.
What's your role? I really don't work here all the time. I have my own career. Right. As my sister does. I help out whenever my mom calls. I'm Johnny on the spot.
I wonder what he does. Can we have like a betting pool here? What does he seems like a lawyer who's very bad at his job. Like he loses 100% of the cases because he's constantly like, dude, I don't care that you're on trial for murder. These meatballs in my restaurant is just burning as we speak. I don't care. I have to win the meatballs. If I don't win the case, I'll win someone's heart. Bye. He seems like that guy.
You know, the restaurant's named after you. What's your role? The person who's always been in charge was my dad.
Oh, this is a horrible way to answer a question when someone asks you, what is your role? And you answer, my dad was in charge. Okay, that's not a good start.
Get here early. I do the remedial things as janitorial, vacuuming, cleaning of all these plates, and cleaning the restrooms, scrubbing the toilet.
He makes those turds shine like a real manager. He's down in the dumps cleaning like everyone else. He just starts cleaning the toilet, puts his hand on the spaghetti linguine. He serves it with his hands on the plate. He feeds people.
Weekends usually I'll come in for extensive cleaning. Sounds like you do a lot of cleaning.
Jesus, okay, he's cleaning the shit out of this place. People don't even know this place exists because it's so shiny that it just reflects back into the California sun. That's why Nino's doesn't have Patreons. This dude actually is shit shined it so hard that nobody could see it. He said he's cleaning from 8 till 4 every day. How dirty is this place? How bad are people taking dumps?
Take away the cleaning. What else are you doing?
Oh my God, he's thinking about it. Yeah, he looked up to Jesus Christ. He asked the Lord for help. Oh my, he asked us. I don't even think it was Jesus. He was asking Spaghetti Lord or something. Whoever, Italian Lord or some shit like that. This dude really doesn't do anything but clean the floors. And he manages the place? Now, I'm not saying a janitor can't manage, but this is a cooking establishment. I mean, who's managing the chefs? He seems to manage the toilets.
No one really directing the kitchen on how the portion should be. You know, you need to be working in the kitchen. When I worked here, and Mike worked here, we jumped in the kitchen.
They don't want me in there.
Oh my God, what is this life that Nino is living? He wakes up at 8 a.m., he goes into the kitchen, they're like, no, you cannot come here. So he goes and he cleans the toilets instead. What the hell? It's called Nino's. Okay, all right, dude. He got whooped by his own chefs, man. Brother can't go into his own kitchen.
It's like everybody's kind of running the restaurant. Nino was running it.
Not really, no.
That's not true.
Ah, that brother is kind of evil, actually. Michael's pretty evil here. I've never seen a guy like openly laugh at his brother like, ha 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 ha. Nino can't even run. Period. Look at his fat fucking stomach.
Nino's doing everything half-assed. And so Mike and I have to come in, help the family.
Wow, this doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
What really doesn't make sense is that this is fully a therapy episode at this point. This has almost nothing to do with his cleaning and more to do with his laziness, lack of empathy towards his mother, and situational awareness. And Gordon Ramsay has stepped into this restaurant thinking, I'm going to use my Michelin stars to clean it, when really he should have used his diploma in psychology, either one, to actually help this family. Maybe he could give them a psychedelic. Maybe they'll calm down. I don't know.
He's not here at 8 in the morning when I get it. Why would I come here at 8 in the morning to watch TV?
This guy reminds me of like a fatter Kevin Spacey, or like a rounder face Kevin Spacey. I don't know why. I don't know if I like or don't like him. He's like very antagonizing the way he laughs and has a tie, and how Nino doesn't have a tie or hair. He's got nothing that his brother has.
The television here is 40 years old, and I have high def at home with all the channels I need. Why wouldn't I just stay there?
Sorry, he does have one thing his brother doesn't have: high def. His brother doesn't have that shit because he's a failed lawyer, presumably.
I get here, tell me you're working, because nobody's here, so you can say whatever you're doing, right? Stretching the truth. It's not.
Wow, these are things that you probably shouldn't be saying to someone you met about 2 minutes ago from a different country who's not here for more than a week, but okay.
My brother never tells the truth. Coming from a pathological liar.
Spill those family secrets while you're at it. Just threw out that pathological liar like it was a bowling ball or something. He got a strike too. His brother really felt that.
He thinks I'm some kind of nut because I'm in a recovery program.
Yeah, look at his face. Gordon's like, what did I ask? I don't know what he actually. I honestly don't know what he asked for this to happen. I guess it's all his fault for existing, because he shouldn't have done that. If Nino's is like just gravitates and spits people out. They come in there and they leave more depressed. Nino's making people depressed since '58. Since the Great Depression, nothing has been better at making you depressed than Nino's. And Nino himself will depress you.
He makes everybody believe he does crap. Just like last night, he ran up to every table and said, "Hello, my name's Nino."
What is this dude? What the fuck is this dude? He's been holding that shit in there, hasn't he? He's been waiting to tell someone and do it like that. I've never seen... I think he wore the tie just so it would flop around when he did the Nino thing. I don't know. Does this guy actually walk up and say that like every day? People like start clapping like, oh, the guy from the fucking thing. Oh, well, who would have thought Nino's in the restaurant? Like, what is this? There's lore behind this, and I wish I knew what this was. I don't even know if it's a good impression, because I've never seen Nino do it, but I've seen his brother do this twice now. It's very crazy shit going on in Nino's restaurant.
In my opinion, he doesn't do crap. My mom will admit it. My dad will admit it. My sister will admit it.
This music is so hectic, man. I'm getting like third-degree heartburn, just like being like, oh, Nino. And then every time he says something, there's like, and Nino's like, oh, affected, damaged, emotional pain. Nino's he's like, his health bar has been draining this whole episode. Michael's been sucking the life out of him. Pause. Shouldn't say that from your brother, but whatever.
Is that a spelling mistake on there? Eggplant, as in two separate words.
So it's, I think it's the next day or something like that. Maybe it's the same evening. Who knows? Gordon actually tries things on the menu, that's probably the bravest shit I've seen. So now he's going to try some of Nino's beautiful food, but he notices a problem. They don't actually know how to spell or hyphenate things, because they just start like adding spaces wherever they want to.
Notice this one as well down here. One meat ball.
Well, okay, one meat ball is not bad. You put the space there because it is literally one meat ball. I don't think you could call it a meatball, because when you see it, it's like meat. A ball? That's kind of exactly what it is, honestly. So I think that wasn't false advertising. Once you see it, there's really a question to be had. Is it a bowl?
Michael, listen. I appreciate your honesty. I know it's harsh, but I feel like someone's blown smoke up my ass.
See, here's the thing about Nino, though. You might say that he doesn't have hair. One of us said that. I don't know. Probably he cleans poo-poos or whatever he does. You might say that he's lazy. He sits and watches TV. He probably doesn't get up at 8. You might say a lot of things about Nino, but one thing you don't say about Nino is that he doesn't transport like a Dracula. This dude appears on the spot, and he's there. As soon as you bad talk Nino, a couple times in a row, he appears. Watch this.
Sure. Right.
Turned around right into your brother. You fell right into that one, Michael. You should have known Nino appears out of nowhere, and now he's looking you dead in the eye. You know you're going to get the beats later on. That's what you get for talking behind his back, and he's always watching. Nino will be there. The Nino stands for, oh shit. Sorry. The O in Nino stands for, oh shit. He's right behind me, isn't he? The N stands for, no way. Is he right behind me? The I stands for, I think I fucking just saw him.
Nobody's here at 8 in the morning when I'm here. And there is a job that's endeavored. I mean, all the way, and I get back behind here,
What? He just came through. He's like, Gordy, sorry, man. Before you even judge me, look where I get in there. And then he pulls up a compartment where he's probably living. This dude lives behind the couch of Nino's. He's inside Nino, and he is Nino. Inception. He's also up there. So he's watching you, because, he's up there. So he's got friends in high places. Him.
It takes about an hour or so, and then I start doing the prep work. It's just what is that? It's just stuck to my jeans.
So as he's explaining how clean the place is, Gordon Ramsay unknowingly puts his knee onto something, and then it's sticky. It's not jizz, it's actually just gum. And there's plenty of it under the table, as if people come from Nino's to go to school. They get schooled Nino's is a classroom that teaches people how to be stereotypically Italian. They just write like Mario on the board and they're like, Mario. It feels like this is what Nino's is. It's anything but a place you can eat food.
Oh my gosh. How many bits of gum are there? There is 4 pieces of gum.
Rhetorical question, you know, you don't have to look and identify. He's not going to be like, wow, your eyesight is absolutely magnificent. Now, if you could see how shitty this place was. Like, it's not going to happen, dude.
So you do all this cleaning? I haven't looked down here. I don't think you should do that during the business hours in front of customers.
It's so insulting that he's using their, like, cutlery to do it. He's like, I'm not going to do this with my hands. I'm going to do this with your fine china.
What time would you like me to do it? Come here at 8 in the morning with me. Shouldn't you be able to do it tomorrow morning? And I wouldn't do that in your restaurant either.
So, yeah, Gordon seems to be getting on Nino's nerves because he starts, like, acting, I guess, defensive. He's like, I wouldn't do that in your restaurant. And this like, triggers Gordon. This is like, oh, now you want to fight.
Hey, you wouldn't find gum under my tables.
And he literally ratios him. Like, within 2 seconds, he's like, yeah, doesn't happen in my restaurant. And that's a Nino 0, Gordon 1. But then again, it is Nino. And then he laughs like an evil maniac. And suddenly, yet again, I'm scared. And I feel like that's why people eat. They come in, they wander into Nino's, they try and wander out, and he's like, I see you're leaving. And then they're like, no, I'll order the crap queenie. I'll take 2 glasses of the linguine crap.
God, this is full of cobwebs. Bloody hell.
Okay, so then Gordon Ramsay looks up and he finds cobwebs, which I feel like Gordon is missing the point here. Did you not hear what Nino said? He wakes up at 8 a.m. to do this. It's a 1958 restaurant. He has to make it look like it's from 1958. Who do you think's putting the cobwebs there? Spiders? They don't get up that early. Nino's up before the spiders, making his own cobwebs, just so he can put it there so people are like, oh, authentic. Wow, it looks like nobody ate here since the Great Depression. This is a place that I'd like to eat at. Nino's doing this. Nino does cobwebs. You notice.
Have you seen the size of that cobweb there? Have you seen that? That's dust.
Okay, I like how he tries to lie to him in front of him when they both have eyes and possess eyesight. That's a new type of lie right there. Yeah, that's dust. Oh, by the way, this ain't a restaurant. This is submarine. You should probably wear your submarine suit. You're gonna drown. Gordon, I'm telling you, this is a plane. And you're acting kind of plain right now. I need a little more spice from you, Gordon. Wow, Nino just lying straight up right there.
Ready? Yeah. God. How often do you clean? Every day? This is something that takes a lot of consideration.
Yeah, well, consider cleaning it. I don't. That's a hell of a. If I was ever like a janitor or something, someone's like, you gotta clean that toilet, Suvi. I'd be like, wow, that takes a lot of consideration. I gotta consider that.
You can be on this here for months. I start at one end and then finish at the other end and then I come back.
That is how walls work. That is progressive, explaining the concept of walls. Encapsulation of space, isn't it? Yeah, containment of area defined by its own meterage. Yeah, okay, buddy. Sometimes could be found cobwebs due to lack of cleaning. Just saying, So at this point, when he's coming back to sit down, Gordon's just coming down to eat, and Nino slams some pictures on the desk, and he slams them like he's in like a film noir movie, as if the pictures are like off Gordon Ramsay, and he's like, yeah, hey Gordon, I heard you don't like Nino's. Well, that's a picture of you and some girl. Problem is, she's not your wife. It'd be a shame if your wife found out about it, huh? Give Nino's a 5 on Google, or your wife finds out. It feels like that. It feels like that moment where he's just like, okay, all right, Nino, you're blackmailing Gordon. But he's not. It's actually, you'd be surprised at what the pictures are.
These are me cleaning and pulling down all the bottles, every single bottle.
Nino got pictures of himself cleaning. Nino has an alibi. Can you imagine people saying you're so bad at cleaning that you hire someone, you're like, I need you to take pictures of me cleaning shit. Person's like, is this for an ad? No, it's for my brother. He doesn't believe me. Take them. Also, Gordon Ramsay doesn't believe me either. He thinks they're spider webs.
This is a chicken piccata. It's a lemon with capers and mushrooms.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But in between the cleaning, dishes finally come out. So we get to see Gordon Ramsay, Michelin star, master chef, taste some of the finest cuisine in the world. What will he think of Nino's restaurant? Everyone said the food is amazing. What does Gordon think?
Dreadful.
No?
Chicken's all floury, slimy.
Oh, Nino appeared again. Someone said some bad stuff about Nino. He appeared. He's looking like a referee who's about to give someone a technical foul.
Come over, Nina. So I just had to make him. Just touch that. So I'm not gonna touch it with my finger.
So this is what we call taking the moral high ground. When you're defeated in a situation, to assert some form of dominance or to save face perhaps, you'll say something in a situation that completely derails the topic or subject, or is a weird standing point where you're starting to push your ethics on people, being like, yeah, well, unlike some people, I wouldn't touch my food. My food may be shitty and not edible, but at least I don't touch it. Okay, I touch myself, not my food. Cool. Okay, Gordon? Okay. You touch your meat, I touch my meat, you know what I mean?
No, what I'm trying to say is all soggy and floury, so it's... I mean, I'll do something like that in the kitchen, but not in the dining area. That wouldn't be appropriate.
Yeah, he's got a moral compass all of a sudden because it somehow supersedes you or makes you feel like you're less dominant. Nino is literally being like, this is my victory. I am the one who doesn't touch food. Unlike some people in this restaurant, Michelin star or no Michelin star.
Touch it. This is food that you've given 10 out of 10. What am I supposed to do? I want you to be honest with yourself and stop fucking around.
It was at this point I realized this was that show. I didn't know. I thought this was like one of them ABC primetime shows. Everyone's like, oh, okay, this is where you stop fluffing around. This is where you stop freaking around, all right? This is where you stop flipping around. I thought it was one of those. But he just straight up, I didn't know that he was capable on the show of doing that. This makes the show 10 times better for me.
It's got raw flour on the outside. You refuse to accept it because you're in the land of Nod.
Wow, okay. I don't know, he was calling him like a Delulu. He was like, and then this dude laughed and stared him down in the process. That's a Nino special right there. That's Nino special. You choose Nino special, he comes and he stares at you and watches you eat the food. Wow.
That's my one meatball.
This is your one meatball.
Thank you.
So next he gets delivered what is called a meatball, and looks less like that and more like dog food, but here it is.
That tastes 54 years old. Lush, disgusting, and just dreadful.
I gotta say, by the way, guys, presentation of these foods are like lacking color, flavor, aesthetic. It's lacking everything here. I'm just gonna say, I feel like restaurants is like 50% taste, 50% the dressing, man. You gotta dress that food, make sure it looks good, because all of that food looks like it got shot and is bleeding out.
Nina, come on. You rated the food on a 10. So far, what I've tasted, I'm embarrassed. That's too bad.
Ooh, Nino won, Gordon won. Look at that face. That's too bad, Gordon. Maybe you ought to go to someplace more London-y. Okay, Nino and his boys, we eat food that makes you feel something. Namely, makes you feel pain. Makes you feel regret. Nino's meatballs. If you can stomach one, you eat here free.
It's a matter of taste. Say that again? It's a matter of taste. That's not a matter of taste. When was that made? 2 days ago. Really?
No. Whoa. You weren't in the kitchen. You were cleaning the toilets, remember? Because the chefs don't let you into the kitchen. They got a Nino free zone right there. I don't think you saw that, Nino. I believe you're lying, and I can prove it. Last time Gordon called you out, you tried to convince him that a spiderweb was dust. Pretty sure you're going to try and convince him in the parking lot that his car is your car. We'll see how that goes.
Can you have a word with the chef? I know you're scared of them, but ask him. I'm not scared of them, and I'm not scared of you.
Oh, it is on like Donkey Kong.
So, are you going to let me continue eating, or do you want to fight? Like, confrontation?
I like that he gives him options. You want to fight, confrontation, smash, tango, jive.
And if you find the balls to go and ask your chef when he made the meatballs, it'd be greatly appreciative.
Boom, Gordon for the win yet again. Undefeated, isn't he? Nino almost won that round by staring him down, staring into his soul. He was going to threaten him with more meatballs. And then Gordon managed to pull that out. He said, you get your meatballs back in the kitchen. You tell them. They suck. So he says you need to actually ask when this was made because it tastes mushy. And lo and behold, the guy asks his kitchen chefs and stuff, and they're like, nah, it wasn't made 2 days ago. It was made last week Friday. It's like 7 days old or something. And that's very concerning because, you know, you go to a restaurant to not have frozen food, kind of. So, you know, pretty bad look.
This is the eggplant. Wow, thank you very much.
Anyway, the eggplants looked like it was, again, it's a beautiful color between pasty white and orangey red. Looks like pretty disgusting dish to me. Served in a bubble. Doesn't look too appetizing in my humble opinion here.
We couldn't possibly have this restaurant and have all the success if we didn't make a good sauce and a good meatball. You are in denial. No.
Denial 101. You are in denial. No, I'm not. And I never will be. Stop that. Denial. More like put a smile on your face.
Stay clean it. Telling me that food is great, people love it. I am shitting myself. Then you need to wear diapers.
Whoo! Nino has the comebacks. Nino is back at it. This time he's not even, he came here, he's like, you disrespect my meatball. You disrespect my eggplant. You disrespect Nino's restaurant. And that's me.
Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You're just trying to act like a fucking idiot to make yourself sound better. I'm not a fucking idiot. You sound like a fucking idiot yourself. I sound like an idiot.
Nino, he need no introduction. This dude is coming at Gordon. I've never heard someone be like, you're the effing idiot, Gordon, okay? F you and F your family. Okay, sorry, too far, but F you specifically out of that two things.
Unbelievable. Now I know the problem in this restaurant. Yeah, I'm staring at it. And I'm staring at it as well.
Nice, okay. That's okay, all right. We got that one down. This is gonna be the I know you are, but what am I situation by a 60-year-old and a guy. When he like does this with his eyebrows, you can literally see the creases as if there's like a little blanket on his head. We're having this situation. I'm staring at the problem. No, I am staring at the problem. Yeah, I know you are, but what am I? Yeah, I know you are, but what am I? Just two dudes doing that in a restaurant.
I'm depressed. Dish after dish was a disappointment. And then you rate the food. 10 out of 10, perfect. It's the best Italian food I've ever had.
It's the only Italian food he's ever had in that case. I don't think he'd be saying that if he even went to Pizza Hut.
The chicken piccati. Chicken was furry and slimy.
Oh, I don't even know what that face is, but I feel like if you double down and call someone's food furry twice, and then like call it slimy as well, that is the face that you would make. And I don't even know how to attempt to make that face. It's kind of like a Mr. Bean face he's got going on there. But that definitely, that's the look that someone would probably give if you call their food furry and slimy at the same time. That's furry and slimy is what you'd call Bert Kreischer.
And I saw a girl holding a baby, and I was like, wow, I've gotten old. She is way too young to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started breastfeeding. I was like, nah, she's not too old. And I watched her breastfeed.
Oh.
And I don't know when you're thinking of getting responsible, but let me give you some piece of advice. Hurry up, will you?
This is the Gordon I wanted to see. At some point, Gordon starts turning it up to 11 and he starts screaming and he's like, here, I'm here for my Hell's Kitchen days. Even though I'm doing some other stuff, I can bring that back whenever. And he starts pulling it on and everybody, that's what they want to see. This is like Robert De Niro or Al Pacino giving one of those performances where they start yelling. This is Nicolas Cage doing that vampire thing where he starts reciting the alphabet. This is Gordon Ramsay's bread and butter. It's not actual bread and butter. It's him screaming at other people trying to make bread and butter. That's what he's good at doing. He's giving Nino the smackdown, and everybody loves it.
I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm sorry.
And he's pissed off, so he goes for a walk. And probably, like, actually sees better restaurants. That's probably the worst part of it. Going for a walk and being like, people are offering me good food now. Now I have to come back to Nino's, where it feels like 1958 as soon as I step in the restaurant.
I really got the sense that he came in here and I'm his target.
Well, that's straight up from The Office. He literally only yelled at Nino, and then at the end of it, it zooms in on him and he's like, guys, I get the feeling I've been targeted for some reason. Did anybody else feel that? Nino he's like borderline hilarious when he actually isn't trying. That is such a crazy talent to possess, to be like hilarious and not know it.
What is that? Lasagna. That's lasagna. This chicken? food last. It's not as chicken.
I don't know what's worse. The tiramisu disguised as lasagna or the shrimp disguised as chicken.
Throw that away, please. I don't even want that saved for a dog.
Whose fault is that though? Realistically, is this Nino's fault for not getting in the kitchen and teaching them how to cook? Because I feel like this is the chef's fault. Unless Nino's like, you gotta cook it until the chicken regrets its former life. I'm not really sure whose fault this is, and I don't know how Gordon Ramsay's gonna fix this unless in 1 week he can teach people to be Michelin chefs. It seems like this is a problem that goes beyond the staffing. That's the real issue. Like if it's staff and attitude, that's one thing. If it's a chef who cannot cook, then you have McDonald's. Sorry, unless they're sponsoring me. So good burger, so good taste.
As the dishes leave the kitchen reasonably quick, complaints from customers are almost immediate.
Someone said that, I was reading comments, they said that all of the customers turn into food critics when Gordon Ramsay is there. I feel like that's 100%. I feel like these same people come into the restaurant, they're like, Nino, this is magnificante. Oh, yes, please bring me the water. I need to wash it down. Normal. And then Gordon Ramsay there's like, it's a bit flaky, don't you think? The pastry is about 2 centimeters too thick, don't you think, Nino? All of a sudden.
Where's Nino?
So yeah, the food is greasy as hell. And meanwhile, Nino is out enjoying a nice dinner with his mom, she kind of seems a bit unhappy to be having dinner with his son and her dad. Huh? Oh, not her dad, sorry. His dad, older Nino father. I don't know what his name is. I just call him Nino father. So then Gordon goes into the back room and it's like diabolical. They're actually growing their own ingredients. They got mushrooms coming out the floor. That's all natural, baby. I've never seen. Where's this mushroom from? What part of Italy? Close to home.
Play the meatballs? Yeah. When they from? Friday.
Is this how restaurants work? I'm actually genuinely asking. I don't know nothing about restaurants. You've seen me. I don't even eat out. I don't go past KFC. But like, do they just freeze ingredients? Because at that point, why don't I just get frozen food? What's the difference? I thought they made these things fresh and that was like what you're paying for. Apparently you're just paying to sit down at a seat while other people talk loudly in your face. If I wanted to do that, I'd bring some food on the bus and wait till the bus driver kicked me out.
These are for Friday as well?
See, that doesn't look nice. That doesn't look appetizing. I don't know if this is like one of those things where you're not supposed to go behind the kitchen. Because I know if I was to look at how they made McDonald's, I'd never eat it again. It's the same thing. Like, it's kind of like magic. If people show me the restaurants, maybe I'll be like, oh, if this is how you make it, I don't want it. But I feel like there's something wrong here. It feels like the food is not contained properly. It seems like it's just out there. Something about this doesn't seem right. They got their food in buckets. And as we all know, the chum bucket is the worst restaurant.
Have you seen inside your refrigeration?
Yes, absolutely. We have to do a full thorough cleaning every night.
Okay, so then Gordon asks Nino, have you seen this inside? He's like, yeah, we clean that shit every day. It's pristine clean. Don't worry about the chunks, sir. And then obviously Gordon is like, okay, dude, you have to actually see this. And even Nino's shocked. Somehow he can't believe this, which just leads me to believe he has not gone back there and doesn't even know it exists, I don't think.
Just look down there. The back there.
Yeah, there's some product on the ground.
So what on the ground?
You can't just say that like it's normal. Like you can't just, yeah, what off it? Where do you grow your products? I grow them in the factory. Where do you grow your bacteria, Mr. Ramsay? What, do you put it in a fridge? We do it natural, baby. I grow my spaghetti from the ground.
And have you any idea? No, this is here. This is just left there. My God. What's that?
Seriously though, like I feel like we could play this for every segment. What is that now? That looks like a butterfly that's been crushed.
It's pepper.
Oh, it's a pepper. Same thing.
You'd be serving this all night. It's not even scaled.
Oh, you can't be leaving that like, look, it's unhygienic when you're growing mushrooms out the ground and also having salmon just like sitting out like that. I feel like you just get salmonella or something like that. I don't like what's happening there. This man's making unintentional sushi in his kitchen, and he's not even a Japanese restaurant.
I'll give him on that refrigerator. I'm horribly disappointed about it, but it's impossible to do everything properly.
It's not impossible to do everything properly. This dude is acting like restaurant thing is like some like once in a lifetime chance or something. You see other restaurants, and I hope that other restaurants are like operating with safety. I feel like if you go to a restaurant, you get food poisoning, you shouldn't, right? Like there's no real, you shouldn't pay money and then also be sick. Okay, Nino, this is not like a exchange of funds like that way. So I feel like he's not doing his part here. He's just saying things like, oh, you'll never get it 100%. We can't serve the food in a plate and get the dish right. I mean, we either give you the food and you get sick, or we don't give you the food and you pay us the money. Your choice.
You're nearly 60. Is that true what you just told me? He has no power because you won't let him.
That's not true.
Yeah, so look, Gordon sends Nino away. He's like, you're the problem, okay? He keeps bringing up his age, which is, wow. And I feel like Nino is he's got a bad attitude and he's a lazy man. So now he talks to Ing, and then he's like, look, you got a shitty son. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. We gotta make a plan to make sure that he knows how much this means to you. And then Gordon hatches up a plan, but before he does, the plan cannot be done here because remember how I said he has to have like meetings in other places? He has a meeting with her tomorrow. He can't just have a meeting. He has to wait. It's anticipation.
If he starts to understand that you've had enough, that may wake this guy up.
That he says, I'm gonna board this shit up, and he turns this into like a DIY home makeover episode for like 2 seconds. He's got the boards. He actually came with that somehow. I feel like he does this more often than I would like him to do this. I don't know why he just has these at his disposal. He's like constantly closing restaurants down.
What's going on?
How do you pull up to that and just be normal? You're like, I got yellow tape around this place. Not even gonna take off my sunglasses. This is just a normal day at Nino's for me. He just walks up to the place. He's like, what's up? Who died? Again? Ugh.
I talked to Gordon this morning and I decided to close that business.
So Gordon's not really doing a good job of hiding behind the corner since he's next to the place that he just boarded up. Maybe he thought wearing that shirt would make him invisible, or someone would think he's like a really old kid or something. But he's right there, man. He's right there staring at these two. Then he starts realizing maybe they might see me, so then he bends down like an uncle.
I don't want to give up. I know we can hold out and do it. I'm willing to fight to keep this restaurant open.
But this makes Nino have a change of heart. He's suddenly ready to fight for his restaurant, knowing that it will close down. He sees, this is like one of those things where they like, one of those episodes where they show you like what life could have been if the restaurant closed and stuff. So he's like, no, I like this restaurant. I'll actually work harder. This is somehow going to get him to change 60 years of what he's been doing because Gordon Ramsay decided to half close the restaurant. I like this show. I like how optimistic this show really is.
I'm going to commit. Take control, Nina. I shall.
No more excuses, just be on top of everything.
I'm willing, Mom.
Everything that he's ever done, forever, he's just gonna change because of these few boards that Gordon Ramsay put together. Cool, the mom's happy, she's on board, she's willing to unclose the restaurant, but we have to get approval from Nino's brother and sister, who honestly I feel like would enter WWE just to like wrestle him if they could.
And Nino, to his credit, turned around and said, Mum, I want to do this. I don't believe that.
Yep, there you go. Nino had to like wipe his nose. He had to wipe the coke residue off his nose. He's like, say what, brother? What was that, man? I just said I would change. Why don't you believe me right away? 100%. No, don't ask questions type brother. What's that about?
He's committed to that this morning, and this is the new Nino.
Maybe for 3-4 weeks, but then he'll revert back to the old Nino.
Oh, even Gordon's having problems. He's like, damn, what do you guys not understand? I put the boards up. I wrote closed. Nino said he'll change. Why are we still here? What? This normally works. Why do you guys don't believe that? I wish it was that easy. I wish you could just like say 2 words and people are like, oh, I'll just change everything about myself. Gordon is really doing everything but teaching them how to cook, which is seemingly the real issue of this place, by the way, and the hygiene.
Michael?
Let's go for it.
Thank you.
Hey, and willing to give Nino another chance. For God's sake, he's my brother.
Reluctantly, though, his brother and sister agree, and they shut down the restaurant for a week, revamp it, and then reopen it. And it looks pretty cool, to be honest.
Take off your blindfolds.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so incredible. It's unbelievable.
So step one, make the shit look good. I don't know how to, I feel like this is a pretty common thing. Make sure the restaurant looks good, or if it looks bad, that actually works really well if the food looks like amazing, because people like the contrast. They're like, yo, this place looks like crap, but when you walk inside, the food looks killer. And that's like a good story. Gordon knows this. He's like, look, you guys need to actually revamp. The place needs to not be an eyesore. So the first thing he does is declutters it, which is pretty good. It looks nice.
I'm speechless seeing all of this. It's very crisp and clean looking.
And Nino would know about clean because he does it every day. And if you don't believe him, he has pictures. Now these pictures will be so obsolete when he shows them. He's like, I clean Nino's. They'll be like, that doesn't look like Nino's. That looks like an old place. Did you clean this place? So now Nino's gonna have to retake pictures of himself cleaning just so people would believe him.
To match the new contemporary design of the restaurant,
Take one menu and pass it along, please.
Chef Ramsay has created a rustic menu to complement it.
Okay, all right. Here's what I call big fat bullshit. They made these scrumptious, amazing looking dishes. They all have such different color profiles. They look like they're completely different, that they offer something wonderful on the menu. Each dish is like its own fairy tale here, and that is not what Nino's has done previously. So how are they going to teach the chefs to cook like this? Are they going to hire new chefs? What's happening? Because I mean, the other chefs were cooking once a week. They were meal prepping back there. What is happening here?
It looks delicious.
It looks like it should be in a painting.
Very authentic.
Everything's imperfect.
Yeah, it's not bleeding. There's no like 100 sauce happening. You just put the whole can of sauce there. It's not happening. What's happening to the chef? How's he gonna cook this when you don't have to put one can of diced tomato on everything?
I'll try the organic Italian.
Sounds good.
Fire up number 15.
15.
So they reopen the restaurant. They have everyone there as usual. The big customers come in. I'm sorry, this restaurant has some people who try a couple things on this menu, and they are going to do that. But this time Nino's prepared, and he's actually come ready to be the manager. He's making sure he gets the shit done, and they're gonna make these menu meals right there. It looks like they replaced the chefs and everything. Gordon got his own chefs. He's like, do this for a day, then figure it out.
With Nino managing the kitchen,
Oh, here you go. Bam, pasta.
food is coming out at a steady pace.
We have a veal.
Yes. Sauce is excellent.
So yeah, things are going well. Everyone's serving the food, but then Nino becomes overwhelmed because there's too many people coming in. He's not used to having 1-2 customers in the store. So Michael then is like, yo, I'm gonna take over because my name's Michael. Just like the Godfather, I'm taking over. And then he just pushes Nino to the side and he starts Michaeling it.
I need a margarita pizza, Valentino, and a cheese tortellini. Hold on one second.
I like how Mike is like, I help when I can. Like, he says he has his own career. I feel like his career must either be doing so well that he doesn't have to work, or so badly that he doesn't have work. I don't know, he's taking the managerial position and he's shoving Nino away. How is Nino gonna learn if Mike is there taking over everything? This doesn't work.
Nino, please don't sleep on the counter. Stand up like this. I can't see the checks. Please.
Damn, that's his younger brother too. I don't have a brother, but if I had a younger brother and he's like, don't put your gut on the table, and then he says have better posture, I'm gonna square up with him. We're gonna squabble in the store. I'll be like, would you like to see Italian men settle differences? And then start throwing fists. I'm sure Mario choked Luigi out a couple times, so this was gonna happen.
Need a calamari pickup appetizer and a minestrone. Don't talk to me like that, or we'll come back there and have a nice time.
Okay, so then Gordon has a meeting with him, which is my favorite thing Gordon does. He just has to have meetings in other areas, and he's like, you gotta calm down. Things are going well. Take a little break, and then he sends Nino out the door to just have a little smoko, something like that.
Let's keep it calm. Okay? I'm calm as a cucumber right now.
Sure. Why don't you go outside and get some fresh air?
You got it.
After Michael goes outside to clear his head, Nino actually finishes the job, and you know what? It's a pretty successful day, all things considered. Not perfect, but Nino actually worked pretty well. His mom even says, you know what? I hope he does it more often. So maybe we can see good progress from Nino. Maybe all it took was fake closing down the restaurant to get Nino to care. That's what what happens. If someone doesn't love you, you just fake die. Because then that'll make them realize they love you, obviously. Just play with their emotions. Gordon Ramsay taught me that.
That wasn't a perfect evening, but thinking that nothing's been changed for 54 years, it was never going to be perfect, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So Gordon Ramsay at the end of the episode says, good day. It's pretty decent. And he praises Nino for actually handling the situation, even with the ups and downs. Then he asks Michael what has happened, and Michael has the weirdest reaction. I don't even understand what this reaction is, but they never really truly explore it.
It was just very confusing.
Yeah, I'm unconvinced you actually want to change, let me tell you.
Well,
And yeah, the reaction Gordon does is pretty much sums up how I felt about Michael's input towards the situation. Just don't understand. I don't know. They don't actually ever explain why he's annoyed like that things are going well. They changed the restaurant, Nino worked hard. Michael doesn't like that. I feel like there's a lot more to break down in this family dynamic, namely the fact that maybe if Nino is doing well, Michael doesn't have something to complain about, and maybe his value is now devalued. Wow, we're getting so deep into an episode of Kitchen Nightmares. It's more like family dystopia, isn't it?
Look after yourselves, will you please? And look after each other. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Bye, Mom. Thank you.
Good night.
With that, he leaves. Mike's out the picture. Nino is head of the restaurant. Nino's mom, Inga, is happy, and the daughter exists. So everything is really good. At this point, Gordon Ramsay tells us the situation, and let's hear what he has to say before he goes.
And the only way this restaurant can continue is if the family put the past behind them.
He keeps talking, but I decided to cut him off because I found a comment that pretty much rests the fate of Nino's, because he's like, I have high hope and I have optimism for this place. Nino's Italian restaurant permanently closed on August 14, 2016, after 58 years as a family-owned business. They lasted about 4 more years. The family explained that they were stepping back from the business to spend more time together, not what they need. The patriarch, Vincenzo, died in 2014 at the age of 90. Mama Inga retired at 82. The building sold for over $2 million, so not bad. That's a bit of change there. As of 2023, the old Nino's restaurant building is now a coffee shop in the wine bar named Sala Coffee and Wine Bar. Weird name for that, but there's no more Nino's. There's just Nino, and we know, Nino, that you tried. This was a good episode, man. I was actually really touched, and not in the good way. Like, just feel like this has done wrong to me. I did not know there were so many crappy restaurants, but it makes a lot of sense. And I actually think I can see why people binge this show, because crappy food and a dude cussing you out is just a great combination. I see why it did so well. I would be so stressed out if I was working in a restaurant, though. I feel like the amount of how fast you have to turn over good food and how often you have to do it is ridiculous. Actually, I don't even know why I'm saying that. The show The Bear literally shows how anxiety inducing this is, and it pretty much details how strenuous this activity is. Cooking should, for me, is like really relaxing. But doing it with a time limit, man, I don't know about that. Anyway, just wanted to start the year with that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This was my take on Kitchen Nightmares. If you want to see more, please let me know, because I think I have 1 or 2 more episodes I want to take a look at. Gordon Ramsay has done a surprising amount of reality TV that I did not know about. I'm getting into the Ramsay-sphere, so help me out if you can. Other than that, take care, and hope to see you on the next one.